Welcome to Self-Made Verse. In March 2026, the Archaeological Survey of India formally ported Tamil Nadu to resume excavations at a small village that's changing everything we thought we knew about ancient India. A routine survey along the Vaigai River in 2013 identified something unusual in the soil of Keeladi, a discovery that would push Tamil civilization back by 3 centuries and ignite one of the most heated archaeological controversies in modern India. 18,000 artifacts, carbon dating to 580 BCE, Tamil Brahmi inscriptions predating everything we knew, a literate urban civilization with no religious symbols, completely secular, and connections to the mysterious Indus Valley script. This isn't just another archaeological find. This is evidence that could rewrite the map of ancient India. Alright. Before we get into the details, let me quickly walk you through what this video covers. First, we'll understand exactly what and where Keeladi is. This isn't just any archaeological site, but one that sits at the heart of ancient Tamil civilization along the Vaigai River. Then we'll examine the evidence, those 18,000 artifacts that tell us about industries, trade networks, and a literate society from over 25 centuries ago. The carbon dating revolution is crucial, how that 580 BCE date pushed the Sangam Age back by 300 years. We'll explore the big claim that Keeladi proves the second urbanization happened in South India, parallel to the Gangetic plains. The Indus Valley connection is perhaps most intriguing. Graffiti symbols that may bridge a 1300-year gap in writing systems. And finally, the institutional controversy, why an archaeologist refused to change his findings under pressure, and what that tells us about who controls India's archaeological narrative. Now let's understand each of these properly. Starting from the beginning. Keeladi is an archaeological site and village located near Sileman under Manamadurai municipality on the border between Madurai and Shivaganga districts in Tamil Nadu. But the geography here isn't coincidental. The Vaigai River nourished the heartland of the ancient Pandya kingdom and the legendary assemblies of Sangam poets at Madurai. Scholars had long suspected that the Vaigai basin harbored civilizational depths comparable to the Gangetic plains, but material proof remained elusive for decades. An archaeological survey was first conducted in 2013 by the Archaeological Survey of India from Theni district to Ramanathapuram district. During this study, 293 sites including Keeladi were identified to have archaeological residues. In June 2015, an ASI group led by Amarnath Ramakrishna started the first phase of excavation. The second phase began on January 2nd, 2016. By the end of the second phase, more than 6,000 artifacts were found. What began as a river basin survey became, within 2 years, the most consequential archaeological dig in South Asia in a generation. But here's where things get complicated. The significance of Keeladi lies not in any single object but in the accumulated, systematic weight of an entire urban ecosystem revealed layer by layer across 10 phases of excavation. Over 18,000 artifacts have been discovered: pottery, inscribed potsherds, gold ornaments, copper articles, semi-precious stones, shell and ivory bangles, glass beads, spindle walls, terracotta seals, and weaving tools. Each category carries a distinct civilizational argument. The industrial argument first. Pottery specimens sent to Pisa University in Italy for mineral analysis confirmed that water containers and cooking vessels were shaped from locally available raw materials. Spindle walls, copper needles, and hanging stones point to a weaving industry. Evidence of dyeing and glass bead manufacture has also been recovered. The trade argument is equally compelling. Agate and carnelian beads suggest import through commercial networks. Terracotta and ivory dyes, gamesmen, and evidence of hopscotch reveal leisure activities. But here's the crucial detail: carnelian originates in Gujarat's Saurashtra region. Its presence at Keeladi means trans-peninsular trade routes were functioning in the 6th century BCE, connecting what we now call Tamil Nadu with Western India centuries before the Mauryan road network existed. Think about that. The literacy argument is perhaps most significant. The site has yielded over 120 potsherds with Tamil Brahmi inscriptions, indicating long survival of the script and literacy in the region. Some carry personal names such as Kuviran, Atan and Atan. A literate, name-bearing commercial class existed here more than 2500 years ago. But the urban planning argument goes even deeper. Excavations have revealed structural remains, including brick-built houses, drainage systems, industrial installations, and evidence of planned settlement patterns. These findings indicate an organized urban settlement with advanced civic infrastructure. Craft production areas, including pottery kilns and industrial debris, suggest specialized occupations. And here's the most surprising finding of all. None of the more than 15,000 artifacts discovered so far is religious. No temple, no deity figurine, no ritual altar. In a country where most archaeological narratives are inseparable from religion, Keeladi presents an entirely secular urban world. And the numbers confirm this. 6 carbon samples from the 4th phase excavation were sent to Beta Analytic in Miami, Florida for accelerator mass spectrometry dating. Samples collected at a depth of 353 centimeters were dated between 580 BCE and the 1st century CE. The significance of the single number 580 BCE cannot be overstated. The Sangam Age was previously believed to begin around the 3rd century BCE. Keeladi pushes that back by nearly 300 years. Recent ASI findings push the origin to as early as 800 BCE. If the 800 BCE dating holds under further scientific scrutiny, Keeladi would represent a civilization that was flourishing when Rome was still a cluster of villages on the Tiber. So what does all this mean? For decades, Indian historiography maintained a clear and comfortable geographical divide. The second urbanization, the emergence of cities, literacy, and iron-based economies in the Iron Age, happened in the Gangetic plains. It produced the Mahajanpadas, the Buddhist Sanghas, and eventually the Mauryan Empire. South India, in this narrative, remained tribal and pastoral during the same period. Keeladi demolishes this directly. The results suggest that the second urbanization observed in the Gangetic Valley also happened in Tamil Nadu around 6th century BC. The term coined for this discovery is now in active academic circulation, the Vaigai Valley Civilization. Although separated by a 1,000-year gap, Keeladi is seen as part of a Vaigai Valley civilization like the Indus Valley Civilization. It shows brick houses, well-planned streets, a stratified society. If urbanization was occurring simultaneously in the Gangetic Plains and the Vaigai Basin in the 6th century BCE, it means ancient Indian civilization was not a north to south diffusion. It was parallel, independent, and geographically distributed. The map of ancient India must be redrawn. Perhaps the most intellectually electrifying dimension of Keeladi is what it may tell us about the relationship between the Harappan civilization and South Indian culture. The graffiti marks on the artifacts were said to be similar to the Indus Valley script by the excavators. The Indus script, used by the Harappan civilization between approximately 2600 BCE and 1900 BCE, remains undeciphered. The script then disappeared, and the Brahmi script emerged around the 3rd century BCE. Keeladi's graffiti symbols, many of which bear structural similarities to Harappan signs, sit temporally between the end of the Indus script and the emergence of Tamil Brahmi. If the connection holds, Keeladi represents the critical missing link in the 1300-year gap between two of the world's ancient writing systems. But the Keeladi story is not only archaeological. It's a story about how Indian institutions respond to inconvenient discoveries and what happens when a scientist refuses to change his findings under pressure. The excavations proceeded through 3 ASI-led phases between 2015 and 2017. Then, after reports of possible links with the Indus Valley civilization, there was, quote, no significant finding, unquote, in the 3rd round, which was seen by critics as an attempt to play down the excavation findings. On the intervention of the Madras High Court, the Tamil Nadu State Department of Archaeology has been carrying out excavations since the 4th round. The conflict escalated in December 2025. The ASI formally communicated a strongly worded internal evaluation to archaeologist Amarnath Ramakrishna, describing key findings as, quote, ambiguous, incomplete and underdeveloped, unquote. Ramakrishna refused to comply. He stated that altering the dating of the Keeladi civilization in his report would be, quote, criminal, unquote, emphasizing that only minor proofreading was acceptable, not changes to core findings. After he refused to revise his report, he was transferred to Noida on 17th June 2025. The political dimension is impossible to ignore. The findings at Keeladi, a literate, urban, secular Tamil civilization dating to 580 BCE, have direct implications for Tamil cultural identity and the long-running debate about the antiquity and independence of Dravidian civilization. Before we wrap up, let's quickly revise the key terms you'd remember for the exam. Keeladi, the Tamil Nadu archaeological site that's rewriting ancient Indian history. Tamil Brahmi script, the ancient writing system found on pottery, now dated to 6th century BCE. Vaigai Valley civilization, the new term for this urban settlement parallel to Gangetic plains development. Second urbanization, the emergence of cities and literacy, now proven in both North and South India. And Sangam Age, the classical Tamil period, now pushed back 3 centuries to 580 BCE. Look up. Stepping back to see the bigger picture, here are 5 things you must remember. First, Keeladi proves urban Tamil civilization existed in 580 BCE, 3 centuries before traditional dating. Second, 18,000 artifacts show industries, trade networks, and literacy without any religious symbols. Third, the discovery challenges North-centric Indian historiography by proving parallel urbanization. Fourth, graffiti symbols may bridge the 1300-year gap between Indus script and Brahmi writing. Fifth, the ASI controversy reveals tensions between scientific integrity and institutional control over India's archaeological narrative. UPSC aspirants must resist filing Keeladi under code regional history, unquote. Its implications are pan-Indian and intellectually far-reaching. Keeladi challenges the Gangetic plains centrism that has shaped Indian historical writing since the colonial period. A corrected map of ancient India must be genuinely federal, with simultaneous independent centers of civilization in the north, south, and west.